Hello and welcome to this tutorial on the Socrative website. This is a great tool for teachers to use to give formative assessments to their students through fun and engaging quizzes. Alright, so you can either sign up for free or log in if you already have an account. I already have created an account, so I will log in, and this should bring us up to the home page of my classroom, which, when it loads, now you can see the title of my classroom is Laney Classroom. This is how students will join the room and take the quizzes. With Socrative, you can create quizzes, give them as team quizzes, which they make in a fun game as a space race, or give an exit ticket. The exit ticket is non-customizable, and this means there are only 3 questions that will be given. The first is, how well did you understand today's material? The second, what did you learn in today's class? And the third simply says, please answer the teacher's question, which could be written on the board for students to respond to or said out loud. So in this way, students will just provide open answer responses to that exit ticket. It is the same with multiple choice, true, false, and short answer. These are non-customizable and simply come up as open answers such as this. As you can see, students will simply choose the multiple choices A through E, and the question could be written on the board or given out loud, and students can choose the answer. Same with true or false and short answer. You can choose an optional question or just start, and then students can just give their open-ended responses. All right, and then always select Finish when you're done, and you can see a report created when you finish a quiz, and you can either have it emailed to you or download it in various different forms. So then it takes us back to our home page. So if you'd like to create a quiz, you can come over to this quiz tab on the top left-hand side, and then navigate over to the top right and select Add Quiz. You can either import one that's already been created from another teacher or create your own. You can title your quiz, align it to a standard, but to be able to show your students what standard this quiz is covering, and then select from different kinds of questions: multiple choice, true or false, and short answer. Okay, let's save and exit. So if I come back to the home page, if you start a quiz, you can select from quizzes that you've already created and choose a delivery method for how you would like to give it to the students. They can either get instant feedback, be able to navigate between questions and skip ones that they're unsure of, or teacher pace, which allows you to decide when students can move on to the next question. So then when you start a quiz, it will open for the students and they will be able to begin answering. When they're finished, select Finished, confirm OK, and then you'll be able to see their responses. You can also work through each question with the students as a class and see how they did by selecting that number 1 question and then saying, how do we do? This will reveal the correct answer and the student choices. Since I have 0 students a part of my classroom right now, it will say that no students have responded. But however many students are in your class, that will show how many students have responded. You can navigate through each question of the quiz to give effective feedback to your students on explaining what is the right answer and why. When you're finished, you can go back to the results table to summarize things, or simply go back to the home page. The space race allows students to work in teams. If we select that quiz, you can choose how many teams and if the students can choose their team or not, and begin the quiz. This then allows you to see the pace of each team. In this way, you can decide to make your own teams to see where students might be struggling or which students might be struggling. All right, so if we finish this activity, then you can also see the results right there. All right, and finally, if we come back, you can see this exit ticket will simply give you the results here. It will not show you any other options because it is non-customizable. But here are the questions as I explained earlier, and there are the possible answers that students will be able to get. And so then you can talk through it after each student is done and you've finished with the activity. So in this way, Socrative is a great way to give formative assessments to your students, either with aligning the quiz to a standard or giving an exit ticket to see how the students understood the material by the end of the class.